this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I placed this design that I painted in my previous video onto this glass storage jar. I'm going to be using, once again, my 3/4 inch flat brush, a number 12, actually two number 12 flat brushes. These are all flat one-stroke brushes. The number 6 Deerfoot Stippler, and a Wistonia fine line brush. Paint I'm using are all folk art paints. This is the Wicker White, Autumn Leaves, Vivid Orange, and Treasure Gold. Again, folk art products. The other paints are either, well, actually I think they're all multi-surface. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm going to try to show you here, but basically I'm taking the big brush and I am loading it and just doing the blending strokes right here on my plate. And I just keep going over it. Now, because I'm painting on glass now, I might have to add in some white just to give it more opaque look, in addition to the gold, and with the gold when I'm painting the leaves and such. A little bit different than on paper. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do my first bloom here, and I'm hoping this is far enough away, as far as I can get it, to be able to show it to you. But I'm going to start up here, kind of doing a wiggle stroke, but coming down, and then I'm going to fold it over, and then just keep going and keep doing that as I go and turn it. A little bit different than painting on paper, because as you're doing that kind of a stroke, it can pull your paint up, and you just got to keep going with it and making it work the best that you can. I guess the only problem with using this big of a container to paint on is trying to get it into the screen without knocking the screen over. So I'm doing the best I can, guys. Sorry. Alright, I'm just going to come back over here and just keep going. So I'm just kind of going in and out, up and down with this paint, tipping it into the gold every so often, and coming out here and doing the same thing. And I can just bend or move my brush, but I'm going to leave it just like that. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Just always remember, the nice thing about doing paint on glass is that if you find that it's not working or you don't like the design, guess what? Very easy to start over. Alright, here we go. I'm going to do another flower right down here. Again, I'm using this kind of painting in here, flipping my brush or pulling it back, just whatever works. And now I'm going to come back this direction, do the same thing, and flip it around a little bit, and come back in here. Now, on my original design, because I did a design, a sample before I did my sample that I showed you, I actually just used gold and did not have this vivid orange in here, but I like it with the vivid orange. It gives it, definitely gives it more contrast. Makes it a little bit prettier, because the gold is, let's see here, boop that up, because the gold kind of didn't show very well. I'm just going to go like that with it, pull it out. Can I keep doing it? And I'll keep doing it and doing it. Alright, so let's go back this way. Try not to make it too far around. If you're new to my channel, you're going to be aware that, or you're not going to be aware that I use my glassware and I clean it, paint on it, clean it, and paint on it just to minimize the amount of glassware that I have to purchase, because I don't want to have a ton of it in my house, because I do paint on glassware and I do have some of that in my house. So, or not glassware, but glasses. Obviously I'm painting on glassware. Oops. Okay, so on this one, I wanted it to be kind of hanging down, which is the direction we're going. So I am going to, whoops, I kind of flipped that around here. I'm going to add, I don't want to do it too wiggly, because they're really not real wiggly here. Alright, let me do this one again. And if you haven't watched any of my videos before, you're going to know that I like to do and make my paint or my paintings as opaque as possible, because that adds more durability to the item that you're painting as far as the design goes. Now this is going to be kind of like a bud in a sense. And I'm going to just do a little bit more over here. Pull it in. Sorry that I have to do this so closely. Hopefully you can see this. There we go. And then I'm going to come over here and then just try to do, or not try to do, but I'm going to do a few little buds. Like, so this thing is so big. Again, it's just hard to do, or for you to see a lot of times, so I'm sorry. Doing the best I can with it. A lot of times I like to use it because I want you to see a bigger design. So there you have it. Then my paintbrush, even though I don't use really big paintbrush or long paintbrushes, it keeps hitting the camera. So I'm sorry about that. I just want to leave it like that. Okay, so here we go so far. And if I were to paint this, actually if I were to be painting this for someone or to be using myself, I would actually paint these designs all the way around. For the purpose of the video though, I'm just trying to get it mainly on the front. Alright, so I have working on the gold now, and I'm going to just put it in here. You might need to, if you want it a little bit more opaque, a little bit more durable, you might want to put it, put more on it, go over it again, maybe even hit it with a dryer, heating gun, whatever, and give it some more time to dry, and then go over it again. And I'm not getting this bottom part on here. So basically what I'm doing here is I put a little stem and I'm just pulling some of these on here. This is to attach it to the stem. Again, it's just very, very thin. And I can flip the brush around too if I want to make it a little bit thicker. Because when you have it the other direction, you're going to be pulling mainly the gold. And just pulling it down. I can come back around and do that differently, but right now I'm just going to be like, I am going to add some white here just to make it a little thicker. And then pray that I'm getting this on my video. I'm going to come up here to my buds, and I'm just going, I want them to be very, as far as the stems, just very loose, coming down. Maybe have them coming like it's coming through not through, but coming past this one and coming out on this end over here. Does that make sense? I hope. And then I'm just going to pull these in and hook my buds to it. Now I have reversed my brush so that the white is prevalent. Oops, sorry. I am so sorry. Like I said, you can just take your time with it and build. Nothing fancy. Then just keep turning. I always worry about turning my piece so far that I mess up my other. I'm going to do the same thing with this and just kind of bring it down that stem. And they don't all have to be individual. You know, you could be having them like a branch, you know, where they're kind of hooked together. But for the purpose of this video, I'm doing it as if they're all single. I'm going to turn my brush around so I get more of the white. The white will definitely help make it more opaque. The gold, with it being more of a metallic type paint, is not as thick. Like I said, you can see it. And you can pull little stems. You can make them bigger if you want. It's up to you. You can go back and add some more gold if you feel like you lost the gold with the white. Who knows? Either way, it's fine. And then here we go with this one. And then I'm going to swing it around here. Just swing it around like it's going to go through there, come through here, and down. And then do the same thing here. Just keep pulling it. I think this time I pulled some orange just fine. If you want some orange in it, that's great. And we'll do the same thing. Do that. Alright, get that? Hopefully. Then I gotta come back over here and try not to tip it too far, because I did do my design pretty far around my jar, so wish me luck. And here I'm going to do this. I'm just going to bring it down here. And it's going to be kind of a wild little ride. And I'm just not doing a straight line with it, just doing little dashes. And then go like that. Hook it together. And these are kind of big. Like I said, you can do it as big or little, however you want. And I am pulling some orange out of the flower, which is fine. I know I always say that. I'm not real particular about stuff, to be honest with you. But I'm going to go like this back down my vine, or my stem, just to make it a little thicker. And you don't have to. I could be getting carried away with it. Who knows, right? Who knows? I don't know. And you know, if you feel like you lost the gold, stick some more gold back in it. I'm new to this paint, the gold paint. I don't think I messed it up. Okay, now this one's going to go like this, and might even swing around and end up down here. Or we could just make it short and it not even connect. Who knows? It's going to go down there. And then once again, I'm just going to pull this into my stem. you ever feel like you're getting too much paint on your brush, so it's not giving you as crisp of pulls, crisp design that you want, then just wipe it out. I try not to wash it though per se with water while you're painting until you're finished, because I feel like sometimes that affects, you don't get the water out of it, and that'll affect your painting. Just like hitting the, I want to keep hitting this as I just did it again. I'm so sorry. And I keep trying different ways to do my videoing and don't seem to get it just quite right for whatever reason. Alright, so the next thing that I apologize for that. Next thing I'm going to do is start on the leaves. Alright, so let's go down to this one. This one I am going to start with the gold. And I could even tip some of that into the orange. I think I like it with the orange. So you might see that. But anyhow, trying to get you on here. Alright, so this is going to be one of my wiggly leaves, like that. Hopefully you can see it. You might find a little orange in it, because I'm finding that I kind of like the orange. And then I'm just going to do the other side. Really just wiggling it. A little bit of gold. If you feel the need to go over it again, you can. And I think I'm going to. I'm just kind of tapping it a little bit. Not really doing the whole thing. But I'm going to go back over the other side just to kind of get it to mirror it a little bit better. If you can see that. And then if you want to pull a stem through, you can. Yeah, I might do a little bit of that orange again. I kind of like that. Alright, so then we're going to come this direction. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to kind of pull it out that way. Grab a little bit of orange again. Can't see the orange too much, but it's in there. This one you might be able to see a little bit more. And I'm on this trying to just get it in there. Pull some of that orange in there. Can you do it? So make sure I'm still on screen here. Alright. And then I'm going to pull it through here, like that. I love it so far. If you like this, please give me a big thumbs up down in the comments if you're able to. Because I hope that you're, let's see if I can get this out here a little ways. See if that's any better. I just feel like I'm not getting this all on camera for you. Alright, on this next one, I'm going to continue doing the same thing. But these leaves are going to be just a slight bit different. I'm going to go like this. And then I put a little bit of gold. And then I'm going to come back over here. You know what? I might go like this. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. Because I know on my sample one, because I was just doing all gold, you couldn't see it as well. But I don't want to make this separate. See, it's starting to separate. It's one thing you have to be careful with when you're doing this, is that you don't play with it too much, because then the paint starts to raise. Like that. And then I'm going to go over it. See, like that's even better. I'm not going to mess with the other one though. You get the gist, right? Get the gist, the drift, whatever. Alright, so then we're going to concentrate probably more on just your basic one stroke leaves. It's okay to go over your flowers. with your leaves. And see, that pulls like just a nice amount of, it didn't pull much gold in it, kind of wiped the paint off. A little bit of orange in that, really, I like it. And then on my sample, what I did, I want some more orange in there. Kind of went up on these more like that. But I kind of like the way I have these things, you know, with the little spikies. Do the same here, kind of do that. And I hope you can see this. I apologize if I'm getting off screen here. I'm trying to stay on screen as much as I can. I like to try to pull in stems if I can. And you can actually, if you want to come back down in here, you know, so you're not, all your leaves are not going the same direction, that's fine too. And then we'll just keep, I'm going to come back over this way and do some more on here. Like I said, on this I can make it go like that. That's real easy. That's real simple. Now on some of these, like I might come out this way to put that stem in so that you see it a little bit more when you kind of jog out a little bit from it. And because it's kind of sparse, I'm going to probably add a few more leaves in here just to not have it look so bare. But I hope you like these paintings. I mean, they're stuff I kind of come up with. Yeah, I look at other paintings and then I come up with my, you know, I do it for, get the inspiration and I come up with them. I feel like I get too much paint in my brush and then it kind of gets a little murky. See, like on something like this, then I could come back out here and maybe even do more of a wiggly leaves. And keep in mind too, guys, that I am a lefty. I may start my designs a different direction than what you would typically do it. So if you're finding that to be the case, that doesn't feel comfortable, please know that it's perfectly fine to go in a different direction than me, purely because I know that that happens. You know, that with somebody being an opposite hand, I might do it so much differently than you would, or what you feel comfortable with. That's to be expected. Important things to remember when you're painting on glass, that you do clean your glassware, soap and water. Make sure that you at least, if anything, you clean it with rubbing alcohol, if not anything else. If you, once you're done with it, if you want to, I'm just putting little pulls here, like kind of like I did on my sample, if you saw that. It's a little bit different, but the main thing is to make sure your glass is clean before you paint on it. That's very important. That just allows better adherence of your paint if you don't have fingerprints and or like oils from your fingers, that kind of thing, going onto your project. If you're going to bake it, make sure that you give yourself at least an hour or so drying time once you complete painting a project. Then you place the item into a cool oven. Very important. quick change in temperature is what will cause your glass to break if you aren't careful. And you really don't want to work hard on something and then have it break, right? I mean, I know I don't. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that like that. Couple more things to finish and then we'll be done. I'm going to take my liner brush, I'm trying to show you in front of my thing and I'm not getting on the camera here. I'm going to pull it up like this. I'm just taking the liner brush and just easily pulling. You can do however many of these you want. You can add some more color into it if you feel like you need to, like a little bit of white. That kind of looks nice. That just happened because of the way my paint is right now. It's kind of muddled with other colors. And I'm just going to do that for this, all of them, basically. I don't always do this for the buds, but I am on this. Again, I hope you can see all this because I'm doing this very quickly, trying to get through the video here. Keep having some issues. Not sure what the problem is, but alright. Apologize, my furnace is getting ready to start. I hope that I'm getting all this. If I end up that I don't finish this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and share this video. I'm going to put the center in real quick. Hopefully you're getting this. I think I don't know if I'm having a problem with my card or what, but anyhow, I'm tipping this in. If you want to know more about how to do this, go back to my video prior to this because I do on my sample explain it a little bit better than what I'm doing right now. I'm probably doing a better job of it. But here we go. That's my center. Alright, here we go. Cute. Hopefully we're getting this. If not, I'll try to come back on and finish it. Thanks again, and until the next time, you have a good one.